So the plan, and let me say this, I'm gonna start off, where I gotta start off at. I don't gotta start off up here, you know. I wanna be smart about this, I wanna be patient. And so if I gotta start down here, then that's where I gotta start at. So I wanna go out to California, I wanna get a guard card. And I have a history of working in that kind of field. I've worked armed security before. But I want to get a guard card out there in California because it's going to give me a quick way to get a job. That's the main thing. I don't have to have the most highest paying, security gig right off the jump or have the highest paying job right off the jump. I'm going to start where I got to start at, okay? So I want to go out there next week. I want to call the guard training place tomorrow, and I want to see if I'll be able to come in next week and do some training to get my guard card. Now, I want to get the armed guard card. That's really what I want to get, but I have to get the unarmed one first. So I'm going to get the unarmed one first, God willing, and then I want to get the armed guard card because as an armed guard, you can get more higher paying jobs, you know what I'm saying, than working unarmed. And with some of my background, that maybe I'll talk about in the future, but some of my background, I think I could get a decent paying armed position somewhere. So that's the base plan, because I got to have a base plan, you know what I'm saying? You got to start where you got to start at in life. When you're trying to reach certain goals, you want to put God first. Absolutely. Hunger and thirst after righteousness. That's the most important thing. And I'm talking to myself as well. I'm not just talking to whoever's watching this video. I'm also talking to me, So that's part of my base plan. I also, over this 12-week period, I want to get an NASM personal trainer certification. That's something I want to add to my repertoire because maybe I can train people as well. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I can start online training or in-person training, whatever I got to do, wherever I'm led. Whatever I'm led to do. So I do want to do that as well. So that's something I plan on putting some money into here soon and starting the NASM personal trainer certification online on their website. Start studying for that and eventually take the test and God willing pass it. So those are a couple things that I want to do, man. Before I go out to California, before I go back out there. Those are some things I would like to do. I feel like the guard card, that's going to be the most reliable option to give me some form of income. Even if I got to start off unarmed, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I would rather start off armed. I'd rather start off at an armed position. But if I got to start off unarmed, when I get out there, I need to do something. I need to have some kind of job. And I was looking at some different things. I may have to stay somewhere where there's other people living as well. I may not be able to go straight out there and get an apartment. But like I said in my first video, sometimes a man has to do what a man has to do. I feel strongly about this. I feel strongly about going back out there. And so if I got to start off with some roommates, then that's what I got to do. If I got to rent a room, and just so y'all know, renting a room out there can be more expensive than apartments in other states, you know, in like lower cost of living states, you renting a room could be more, really, especially if it's like a nice room in a nice house. That could be more than you having an apartment in other states. So that's just how it is out there, man. And so I may not be able to start off, you know, with the $3,500 nice apartment. I may never have a $3,500 apartment. I don't know. If I do, that's great. You know, but you got to start somewhere. And so this is where I'm going to be starting at. I'm just willing to do what I got to do from the jump, man. I feel led to be out there. And so I'm going to do what I got to do. You know, if I had to stay in my car again. And just so I'm clear, most of my time when I lived in California, the last time, I did not live in my car. You know, I lived out of my car probably for about 10 months, you know. So that's a while too. I mean, that's two months shy from being a year. So yeah, I lived out of my car for probably around 10 months. It was the last 10 months before I ended up leaving, you know. So I'm not going into this just thinking like everything is just easy, you know. I know what I'm up against, you know. I've been there before. And so me going back into this, is there some uncertainty of what's going to happen? Yeah, I don't know everything that's going to happen. But who does? What human being does know everything that's going to happen? You know, do you know where you're going to be a year from now at this exact time? You don't know. You can plan that, hey, I want to be here. There's nothing wrong with planning. But we don't know for a fact. We don't know for a fact where we're going to be 30 minutes from now. Anything could happen. You know what I mean? So this is the plan though, man. This is the base plan that I got. Get my guard card before I go out to Los Angeles. Go out there for the training, get my guard card. If I can do get my armed card as well, then that's what I want to do. But yeah, just get a guard card and get an NASM personal trainer certification. And that's what's in my mind right now to do, you know. Will something change? Maybe. But I'm about executing now. That's what I'm trying to do, because it's been enough planning and thinking about this idea, thinking about that. It's time to execute. And that was part of this channel. You know, me making this channel was executing and making this channel. You know, I've been watching YouTube for years and, you know, watching other YouTubers and whatnot. And, you know, I have this channel now, Elijah X. And now I'm the one sitting in front of this camera talking to whoever's watching it. But that's my plan. So I'm ready to execute this plan, man. You know, that's what the name of this video is, The Plan. And I'll probably make a video in the future, God willing. It's going to be called The Execution, or you know, not execution like killing somebody, but you know, the execution, excuse me, of the plan. Actually doing what I plan to do. That's what I feel like now. Everything don't got to be perfect. You don't got to have every single thing figured out to do something. Pray about it. Seek God. Devise a plan and start working, start executing that plan. It don't got to be the most spectacular thing in the world. Just get a plan and execute. That's what I'm more trying to be on now, just execution. Execution. And not to use rap music as an example, because of course most of the secular rap music is a lot of it's evil. Let's be real. It's evil lyrics. But I'm just using this as an example from something I've seen before. It was about Tupac, the rapper Tupac. I'm not condoning listening to Tupac because there's a lot of vulgarity. I'm not saying to listen to secular hip hop music. You know, I'm not saying to go out there and listen to hip hop because, like I said, a lot of it's negative. But in the video, it talked about how Tupac, he would just go in there, make songs, and I guess, you know, other people, they wanted to kind of, you know, they may want to take their time more, but his work ethic, he was just like, man, we can get the song. In other words, we can kind of get the song perfected later, but let's just do it. Let's just boom, be in the studio, making songs. Right now, that's how I'm trying to be in my life. Just execute. I'm not saying just do something completely foolish. I'm not saying that, but devise a reasonable plan and start executing it, man. So this is the plan. Documenting this journey. And so I'll see where I end up, you know. But yeah, man, this is the plan. So God willing, stay tuned for more videos. Take care.